people.
Hey, there's people in there. Do you see him?
Whoa.
Right
where?
there.
I don't see him.
Right there. Say hello.
Which one?
That one right there.
I don't like that one.
Oh, okay.
We are talking about a cologne.
A real life cologne.
Quintessential Italian house. And of course we're talking about Acqua di Parma. And the fragrance we're talking about is Colonia Essenza. Now, Acqua di Parma really famously known, for their classically straight Italian perfumery. Now, what I mean by that is, of course, the sharp neroli fragrances of yore, and also the herbal qualities that a lot of Italian perfumes can kind of start to approach. And this one, Colonia Essenza, is a flanker of the original Colonia, which, in my opinion, kind of does both sides of the game and kind of tries to combine the elements that I know, at least, of classical Italian perfumery into one little majestic gem. This is both citrus and herbal. It's neroli heavy, but it's also got rosemary really fighting for the top. You got your bergamot in here. You got jasmine. Anyways.
Well, bottle. Talking about bottle, we got do's on a scrunch.
Okay, we got this beautiful bottle. I really love the Acqua di Parma bottles, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's not just a circle on a circle. It's like you see how it's descending, and it's the same with the body. You see, if you you're to look at it with no text, it's slightly bigger up top and descends. I really like that, and I really like the sharp little white against black. You got their little family crest there. And I even like all the different colors they have, the browns, the blues.
The blue, yeah, the blue shirt.
The blue is the best, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I really like how snug it is, because look at this. You really have to fight that to get that off. And even the sprayer on top is just like...
It's black, matches everything.
Very elegant. Just looks like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like these. I dig them. The bottles are...
And I like that they appear pitch black, but you can also still hold it up to the light and be able to peer through and see how much juice is remaining.
Yeah. I think they're great. Pretty much. Not Maison Francis Kurkdjian great, or Kilian great, but I think they're up there as a contender.
Really minimal.
I think that's, if you notice some of the bottles that we tend to enjoy, it is the simple ones. So, let us spray. Wow. Do you want to work out? Just do that a few times. This bad boy, shall we? Oh, perfect. So the best way to describe what it's like to smell this thing is if you think of the comic book, the sun is shining over the fields and it goes do 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 do. Do you know what I'm talking about? And you hear the little free in the background as the birds are chirping. That's what this smells like.
Oh yeah. So a good morning, spring.
Just filled with happiness and bright.
And for an eau de cologne, it actually lasts for a long while on skin. It projects. I'd say you probably get 2-3 hours. That's what you're looking for in an eau de cologne. I know it's $100 for a bottle, but who gives a fuck, really?
We're not only here to give you the ones that last forever, but the ones that are brief little moments.
That's what you're paying for here, really. The quality, you're not gonna wonder about the quality on this bitch. Truly, some of the Acqua di Parmas you kind of do, like Fico di Amalfi, a little bit. I love Fico di Amalfi, but it really has that super sugary, soda poppy, drinky motherfucker feeling to it.
Yeah. And
that starts to get a little artificial-y feeling. I wouldn't call it artificial, but I'd say it smells more artificial and mainstream than this guy does, really. And honestly, I'd put this amongst Couronne pour un homme.
Oh, okay, I can see what you're going for.
For being kind of it's not really gonna be in your face super shouty, but it's more like a classic dandy, like herbal.
This would be a great
citrusy
scent for an interview.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it
see,
would
these are the
yeah.
professional scents. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this is like a mature, grown-up spring scent.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, like, Reflection Man, where it's like, you know, you're paying a lot of money for it. It just smells really good, but I wouldn't really call that a mature, dressed-up scent. Honestly, a lot of people do call that a dressed-up scent. I would call that casual, honestly.
Business casual? Or just casual?
Just casual. I mean, people, because it's an homage, they want to say it's more expensive, you dress it up more. But that's not the case, really. I mean, if you want to go with like a straight citrus fragrance to really dress up, I mean, honestly, you're going to go with a Xerjoff, is the way that it ends, unfortunately. And the price point there is out of this world. It's the same with Raja Dove, really. But I mean, like, you know, you'd put on his vetiver extrait and bam, you're golden. You dress that motherfucker up. But Reflection Man, really, it's like... Reflection Man, I imagine, and keeping in mind I like Reflection Man quite a bit, I just imagine it's like Elliot Rodger. You know? Like somebody whose parents are rich, and he's just a young kid, like, who imagines himself to be more fanciful than he truly is.
Yeah.
Like, Reflection Man's not really a dress-up fragrance to me, at all.
But this is.
I mean, this isn't even so much a dress-up fragrance, but it's a fragrance that can be dressed up.
Gotcha.
This is like a Guerlain in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a very classic, beautiful, timeless, manly fragrance that you spray on, and it can go really any which way. You don't need to try to push it in any which direction. It's an eternal. It's like a Greek sculpture. It's an eternal thing.
Mostly warmer months.
Yeah, I'd say you're weird if you're wearing this in the winter. I mean, you can do fall probably a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
But winter's a fucking weird thing, a weird time to wear this bitch.
Day, night, both work.
Yeah.
Professional night.
Professional or just fucking...
Playing video games with your kitty cats.
Yeah. So what would you rate the scent?
Including Sig Figs, I would give it an 8.63. It's solid. It's really good. I mean, I wish I could give it something higher. It's really high for me. I really like this one.
Yeah.
I just, my 9s and 10s are usually a little bit weirder. I don't necessarily like the classic ones as my favorite. What about you? What would you rate it?
I'd give it a 7. Yeah, I really, I like it quite a bit. I really lean, like, during summertime, and that's more so what this feels like to me, even though, like, intellectually I classify it as a spring scent, and I think it smells more like spring, but to me, for some reason, I tend to be more of, like, grabbing it during summer. During summer, honestly, I tend to push, like, I would like more of a classic citrus than I do this, even just the classic Italian eau de cologne I'm a fan of. But, like, I think this is, like I said, I think this is a Guerlain type fragrance that, like, sets the bar where you fall back onto these are the backdrops, these are the foundation. I think it's got enough of the white florals in there. It's got enough of the herbal qualities like rosemary that I like, and it's got enough of the citrus that it really just creates a very luxurious experience for a summer fragrance, and I really appreciate that about it.
Who is going to wear this badass bitch?
I imagine Sean Connery smelled like this during, like, his more romantic films.
That was one of the things I was thinking of. TBH.
Really?
Yeah, he was one of the first people that popped in my head.
Yeah, like in a white button-up.
Mm-hmm.
Romancing the ladies.
Mm-hmm. So the only person I can think of, and I'm just gonna do it because I don't know what else to say, is Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. And I know you love that book. It's your favorite. You love it so much. But I'm doing the movie version with Keira Knightley, because that's the only one I know. I have seen the TV show, though. I'm not as familiar with it. But I am thinking movie version. I could see him wearing this with his money and worldly travels at the time being all sophisticated.
ADP. CE.